today, as we always do on Friday, we're going to celebrate our city employees, but today we're also going to celebrate two young folks in our community that did something absolutely fantastic. And we're going to talk about all three of these. We're going to start this week with our Employees of the Week. And our Employees of the Week are Larry Chavez, so give us a raise when you... Larry, oh, actually, I know Larry couldn't be here today. Brian Navarrete is here. Damian Gomez could not be here today. Daniel Padilla is here today with us. Greg Garcia couldn't be here, and Victor Line is here with us today, along with our director of DMD, and then she's going to come up and say a few words here in just a minute. So, Melissa, we'll give you some more of the details, but I'm going to run down the basics for you here today. A crew of 6 from our Department of Municipal Development. That's our Public Works Department in the city of Albuquerque. We're cleaning channels of water and evaluating the channel for an upcoming recabling project. So as you can see, these gentlemen go out there and make an honest living every day. They lace up the boots to get out there and do the hard work, and that's what they were doing that day. The crew was working at the intersection of Montgomery and San Mateo, in one of the city's busiest intersections. While working, the traffic lights at the intersection went out. They started flashing on red mode. So instead of just ignoring that, that's not their job, they took swift action. Victor Line, the signal technician, immediately began working to resolve the issue. The rest of the crew stationed themselves around the intersection, alternating between directing traffic and escorting pedestrians across the street. And once the intersection was fully operational, the crew resumed the work that they were actually sent out to do, which was to work on the cabling. By taking the time, the extra step, going above and beyond the call of duty, that's what it's all about. And we have crews do this every day. One of the things that frustrates me as a mayor is sometimes, we hear about when one of our 6,000 employees has a bad day. And almost all the time our 6,000 employees have a good day. And almost all the time one of our crews is out there doing something, and they will do, as a city employee, as a government employee, they will go the extra step to make something happen for people. And this is just another perfect example of that. So that's why these gentlemen are this week's Friday's Heroes. I'm going to have Melissa Lozoya, who's my director of DMD, to come up and say a few words, and then we've got some certificates and some mugs and some other things for these guys.
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to say thank you to the 6 individuals that were working that day, and to Brian, Daniel, and Victor for being here. I really appreciate it. DMD strives on being a department that gets things done and provide the highest level of service to our citizens. And that day, that is exactly what you guys did. So thank you very much. I'm very proud of you guys. So with that, thank you.
Thanks, guys. Thank you. Okay, gotcha. We're gonna go this way. So what we have for each of our Employees of the Week, like we do every week, we have a certificate for you that says Employee of the Week, City of Albuquerque. We also have a letter for your personnel file. Just something to have on record when promotion time comes around.
Thank you,
so we appreciate you doing that, and thank you.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
And I'll just add to this story about DMD. So we go to Mass at 7 o'clock on Sundays. This last Sunday morning, we were heading to breakfast after Mass. And you're there, weren't you? And now I recognize you. And over there by the, it was Wyoming and Manal. And we were going to go to Village Inn or wherever we were going to go. And so we're driving along, and I see where somebody had a really bad evening the night before and ran into two of the light poles. I don't know if there was drinking and driving involved or not, but bad situation. And here it is, 8 o'clock on a Sunday morning, and we had a DMD crew out there working to get those lights back up. So what people need to realize is these folks, they work around the clock, and if there's an emergency, they get out there and they handle this stuff. And they have to handle it a lot of times in inclement weather, whether it's raining or snowing, they get it done. And as a construction guy that actually used to wear boots to work for a living, I can tell you I appreciate it. And thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor.
I bet you. This week's Friday's Heroes are from our Albuquerque Fire Department, and it is Commander Frank Soto. He brought his family, and I love this because we always tell our Friday's Heroes, bring your family with you, because I think it speaks volumes about the folks that we have working for the city, and we enjoy seeing your family. So Thanks for taking time to come. I'll let you introduce him here in just a minute. So this week's Friday's hero is Commander Frank Soto. Commander Soto was on his way home from work when he came across a major accident involving a motorcyclist on I-40 just under the Big I. Later, the accident was categorized as being the highest level of coding for an auto accident. That's a long way of saying it was a bad deal. Commander Soto turned on his lights, pulled over, assessed the situation, and ran back to his vehicle to get the medical supplies. The man's motorcycle was about 200 yards from where he had fallen, leaving him injured. Not knowing if there were any broken vertebrae, he held the man's neck and head, which was still in the helmet, but stable, simultaneously tending to the bleeding on the man's lower body and assessing the level of injury. When additional emergency medical personnel arrived on scene, he was able to give a full injury report, and that expedited the motorcyclist transport to UNMH Hospital. And I can tell you, as a mayor, I've been to UNMH too many times with our police officers, firefighters who've been hurt, and I was just there last week for that young bicyclist that was hit and injured severely. And those folks at UNMH do a great job. But being a high-ranking official, Commander Soto is currently on administrative assignment, and he has not been in the field for over 2 years. So he's I wouldn't say pushing papers, but he's not out there every day taking calls for service. However, he took it upon himself to get out there, help when he can. He conducts research. He stays sharp with his skill sets, and in this case, it really paid off for a citizen in the city of Albuquerque. And for his dedication, his intuition to keep his skills up to date, and his initiative to do that, and just. I know you from other things too. You just do great work in our community. So I'm happy to be here to give you the award for Friday's Heroes. Why don't you tell us who your family is, and I want to have Chief say a few words. What you got with you today?
I got my daughter Sydney, my wife Karen, and my son Matthew.
Yeah, good to see you. We were in India not too long ago. I can't remember exactly where it was.
Yeah, your son spoke to him about completing his Eagle Scout, and he just completed it.
So you just got your Eagle? Yeah, I'm an Eagle. My son's an Eagle, so way to go. Good job. Chief Downey, why don't you talk here a little bit?
Sure. Frank's actually the ranking medic. He's their EMS commander, so this is just an example of his leadership in leading the EMS division. Frank's a great guy, critical to our staff at fire administration, very, very important, and I'm not surprised at all when duty calls, Frank would step up and handle it. I mean, imagine a motorcycle accident on I-40, the speed involved and the distance the motorcycle rider traveled, 200 yards. You could imagine what the injuries would be like. To say Frank turns on his lights and sirens, in the Impala?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
driving a Chevy Impala. So it's not like what you'd think, lights and sirens and all kinds of equipment and capability, but we do what we do, and you never know when it's going to come in, and our assistance is going to be needed. So, Frank, congratulations,
Thank you.
and thank you very
Thanks a
much.
lot. Today we also have Deputy Chief Padilla with us, is here. Deputy Chief Eiselhard is here, and I don't think Green can make it today.
No, sir.
Yeah, but anyway, listen, we have these coins that we commissioned for this purpose, which is our Friday's Hero coin for police, fire, and emergency management. And I'll tell you, we just appreciate AFD and the fact that you've been able to rise up in the ranks to a leadership position in this department. Speaks volumes about your capabilities and your skill sets and your leadership that you bring to the department every day. And then for going above and beyond, I'm just proud to say that I know you, that
Yes, sir.
you're out there every day protecting us, and that go out and tell our firefighters we really appreciate everything they're doing as well. So
Thank
there's
you,
your
sir.
Friday's Hero coin. So thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Over the last year or two, we've heard a lot of stories about youth in our community, and they're not always positive stories. Sometimes they involve bad decisions. Sometimes they involve criminal activity. Sometimes they involve one of our youth that just was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Well, today we're going to tell a story about the youth in our community, and the vast majority of them that are out there making a difference, not just in the world that they live in today, but for the world that they're going to live into when they're adults, when they're our age and when they're in leadership positions around our city. And today we're going to honor Andy Chavez, who's here with us. Give him a wave. And Elio Luna. These gentlemen are both high school students at West Mesa High School. So here's their story. And with them is their soccer coach, Jorge Serrano, and he's going to say a few words, I think, in a minute or two here. So these young men were at a Circle K gas station before school on a Friday morning when they came across a woman that was just having a hard time. Something wasn't quite right. The woman was frantic. She was in need of help, But the boys knew that she needed medical attention and that they did not have the qualifications to administer medical attention. So they did the right thing. They stopped what they were doing, probably to be late for school. They called 911. Andy and Elio accepted the fact that they would be late for school, but they selflessly chose not to leave the woman alone in an emergency, regardless if it meant they got in trouble. So they waited with the woman, doing what they could to assist and comfort her until crews arrived. Once she was transported to the emergency room, crew members escorted these young men back to school to let the school administrators know that they weren't just out there messing around, that they were out there doing something good for the community, so they didn't, so they could get an excuse for being tardy. So these two young men are prime examples of what I run into every day as a mayor. Every day I meet an Eagle Scout. Every day I meet somebody out there doing something good. I meet a kid trying to help somebody that needs some help. I need a young man like Andy and Elio here who are out there doing the right things. So as we have this community conversation about youth, and as we talk about all the things that go with that, sometimes that we see that this is the bad news, always remember that these kids are out there, they're doing good things every day. The vast majority of them, they're our future leaders. And we're just proud of you guys. And we're glad that you did the right thing. And I'm just happy today to be able to give you this award. Coach, you want to say a couple things about these guys?
Yes,
Come on up,
these
come
two
on, Ray.
gentlemen are representative of all our students. Was Mesa. They come to school and they get ready in the mornings to do the best they can. They come in, they help their families. Sometimes they have to drive their kids, their kid brothers to school before they come over here. So, we're proud of them, and I'm very happy that they got to be awarded these today because they deserve it. Thank you.
Thanks, Coach. Thanks for being a coach. I'll tell you what. Thanks for being a coach. We need more coaches, man. We need more people that are willing to take their time and spend with our youth. So Andy and Elio, today we're going to do a couple of things. You guys old enough to drink coffee?
Yes.
Yeah. You'll lose you drink too much coffee, man. The mustache, you'll never lose it. I've had mine since 1981, I think. So what I'm giving today to these young men is a Samaritan Award, and it says, on behalf of the entire city of Albuquerque, I, Richard J. Barry, Mayor of Albuquerque, thank you for the compassion you showed to a stranger in need. Your empathy and selflessness makes you a champion for our community. So our future is bright, gentlemen,
Thank you.
because of guys like you. So thank you so
for having
much,
me,
and
sir.
we appreciate you very much. So I'll give you this one here as well.
Thanks.
Give these guys a big round of applause.